This is the BlahCade Pinball Podcast. I'm your host, Chris Freebus, aka Shut Your Trap. Joining me as always, halfway across the world, is Jared Morgan.
Hello, everybody. How you going?
Alrighty, here we are once more. A little time has passed. That's because not much was going on in the pinball world. We have had one reveal of the 3 new Zen tables that are coming out, Jared, which would be Pinbot.
Pinbot. Yeah.
Um,
Not Jackpot, but
yeah,
Pinbot.
I'm not gonna lie, disappointed because I want
Yeah.
Jackpot.
Yeah. I don't know why they went with the old one rather than Jackpot. It's a much better table.
It's so funny because, okay, the charm of Pinbot is it's very technical. There's a very way of how you go through it. But the thing is you have to go through those exact same processes on Jackpot. There's just more fun things to do also on it.
Yes, correct.
So yeah, I don't understand the thought process there, but oh well, I'm sure some people will be happy.
Well, yeah. I don't really look. I don't know. It's of the era, and they do have some other games of this era in the thing already, but do we really need like semi-alphanumeric tables? Like when there's DMDs lying there waiting to be
Well,
converted.
DMDs of the same. It's that reskin basically. It's why I am perfectly fine only having the getaway and not having high speed.
Oh yeah. You don't need high speed. Well, people argue because high speed's iconic, but it's not a wonderful game. and I've played enough Pinbot to go, sure, okay, yep, it's definitely pinball, but there's not much to it from a rules perspective, and compared that to Jackpot, and it's like a completely different game with a wizard mode and like risk reward sort of things in it, and it's a lot better. The sound package, everything is better about it, really.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's the same thing with we got Black Knight 2000. We don't need Black Knight.
No, we don't.
We don't need it.
No.
I don't want Comet.
No, definitely
Cyclone,
not.
yes. Comet, no.
Yeah. So this is the thing that, I mean, there might be some people like, old people like us, Chris, that have been around in digital pinball or commercial digital pinball land since the 2010s when Farsight were around. And you might recall that Farsight were bringing in all the old tables and all the new tables because their remit was to preserve digital pinball.
Right.
That's what their whole thing was. That's not Zen's remit.
No.
At all. They've never said that they are here to preserve digital pinball. They're here to provide entertainment, right? So they don't need to bring in Pinbot when there's Jackpot available.
Yeah.
So, yeah, okay, fine, it's in, but I really hope that doesn't just jeopardize us getting Jackpot as well, because I really want Jackpot. It's a great game. In fact,
it's a great game.
It's Zach. If I was to buy a real Jackpot and put it in the garage, I don't think I'd get Zach off it because he loves it. So, yeah. It's a great game.
The other thing is that in terms of the DMDs that are left that are not licensed, it's literally that Whodunit and Cactus Canyon. We already know the struggles of a Cactus Canyon in near Budapest, for that matter, in Europe, and
it's made a lot easier now with the remake,
except for the fact that Zen can't use that.
No, but they can use the playfield and the plastics and everything.
This is true.
So this is the thing, right? They just need to be able to do a 3D scan and digitize all the playfield, and once they've done that, they're good to go. And I was incredibly fortunate to play a Cactus Canyon remake at BPAC, which is just passed.
Tons of fun.
It is. I want one. I need to find $20,000 Australian because they are so much fun.
Yeah.
So much fun. Like the digital recreation that we've played in Pinball Arcade, garbage. absolute garbage when you play one in real life.
Okay, now the version that you played, was it not the remixed rule set, but what was supposed to be the original rule set?
Correct. Yeah. So
Okay.
the quote unquote complete rule set.
Okay. Because I don't even know, have they come out with the remix rule set yet, or is that still? I know it all got messed up when Lyman passed.
I'm not sure, but it was very familiar as far as like playing it in Pinball Arcade goes. Yeah. Like all the rules and everything. It was set. Unfortunately, I had so little time on it because it was in the tournament banks and you couldn't just play it. So I maybe got 3 or 4 games on it. But those games I got on it, like it all came flooding back to me with Pinball Arcade. What do I do in this game? You know, and like just the big things that stand out to me. I know this is a bit of a detraction, but let's go there.
Go there. Yes, important. Let's hear it.
The mind mechanism. You know how in Pinball Arcade the thing sort of, it looked really weird and it looked like it didn't really stop the ball, or do any sort of thing. Yeah, well, it does affect the way the ball travels, but they kind of got it right in Pinball Arcade in that it sort of, as it gets up a little bit higher, the ball can just go straight through it. Like it's not really a barrier, but when it's fully down, it will stop the ball. And it wasn't really doing that in Pinball Arcade at all.
So. I always thought of it more as an indicator of how many shots you've had on it than an actual
it's a
ball
bit
stop.
Like that.
Yeah.
But it's a poor indicator for that purpose as well, because there's no gauge. There's no reference point as it goes up and up. It's just like, oh, it's really high. I guess it's nearly there, you know. But the cool thing is that essentially the gate, which is the mine sort of support, and the actual mine itself, it actually goes, the whole mine moves up and down the back, like it's articulated, so it goes like this, and it's not really visible in the Pinball Arcade version, but when you see it in real life, it's like it's a large bit of the playfield. And Bart, the way Bart animates, compared to Pinball Arcade, I don't know what they were doing in Pinball Arcade when they animated that. It must have been a bad day, because it does not move like it does in Pinball Arcade. It's like Cactus Canyon to me. Like when you look at it, it really is. It's medieval madness. It's Attack from Mars with a Western theme. It really is. You play it. People go, I've never played this game before. And when we were walking up and having a game on it in the tournament, I said, play it like medieval madness. And they go, oh, and they start looking at the shots.
Yeah.
And they see Bart as a castle, and they see, just shoot the shots 3 times and you'll get the thing. And it's like, just play it like medieval madness. I went, and I gave someone that tip and they blew it up.
Yep.
So, it's great. It works.
Yeah, it is very much a fun table. And
have you played the original? Did you put hands on one?
When I played it, it was an original machine, but they had put Cactus Canyon continued, via the laptop, that software.
Right, yes.
This is back before Chicago Coin ever even existed, for these purposes, and it was the Cactus Canyon continued. It was so much fun. The 2 favorite modes that popped up on it, one of them, it suddenly was Attack from Mars with the saucer coming, and you're attacking that, but the soundtrack was ridiculous. And it was just like, it was so much fun, so in your face. But it wasn't just the saucer and you shooting. There was other things going, but it was, and I think the mode was called Cowboys versus Aliens, which was
so good.
And I don't know if that was because the movie had just come out or not. Anyway, there was that, and then there was I can't remember if it was a multi-ball mode or not, but it was drunk flippers. So
is it backwards flippers?
So the backwards flippers, and so you totally had to reach across and do that action to get it going. And then those were the 2 favorite modes that I played, and I was just like, I'm sold. This is great. So I don't know if I don't think the Cowboys vs. Aliens would have landed in the Cactus Canyon continued thing, but isn't there a drunken pinball mode in it? I don't know.
I can't validate that. because we didn't get enough time on it. It was
Okay.
set so hard. The out lanes were cavernously wide, and everything was draining so fast. Like, it was such a battle to get any ball time on it at all, really.
Isn't there a newer, I don't know if it's Stern or who, that has that same thing where the flippers get reversed as a mode?
Probably, yeah. I do remember it being in a machine, but I can't recall which one it is.
I'm like, I know it's out there, so it would be really funny if, I mean, I shouldn't say funny, it'd be ridiculous if Cactus Canyon didn't wind up having that mode too.
Yeah.
So
I don't actually know whether you can enable old rules, new rules in it. Because if it's PC driven, maybe not. But I mean, really, the Chicago coin versions of the game are all running on a mini PC anyhow, really.
Yeah.
So yeah, but boy, the other thing that really stood out. This is the last bit I'll talk about. So BPAC, I qualified for 2 finals, the Brisbane Masters and the Best Card final. I won't go into formats of those because we're short on time. But I didn't win any money this year because it's very, very stiff competition at these ones. Like, we get people flying in from like the best pinball players in Australia flying in from interstate to play in the tournament here. And of course, we have Escher Levkov now in Australia. So yeah, RIP us as far as like winning any tournaments, because, well, you know, it's Escher. He's very good. But I did finally, I actually jumped to complete Division Bank and Masters. So I was D last year and I was C this year.
Excellent.
So I jumped up 1 whole level, which is a massive, massive improvement for me. And unfortunately, with the Best Card finals, I had to pass up my spot in the finals because I had something more important to do, which was go and see my 2 kids get very good achievement awards at a school presentation. So I thought, no, I'll do that instead. And it was good because I really needed, like, I've been doing 2 days straight of pinball, and it's really intense. And the Friday, which is when the graduation thing was on, I really benefited from that just day off, just to reset and just chill out. And then I went back Saturday morning for the Masters event, which is like literally about 12 hours worth of qualifying, you know, waiting between rounds and everything, but still, it's a big day. And it was honestly the best thing. So I'm very thankful for the Friday. I'm very thankful for the fact that I needed to attend school. But yeah, really fun. But yeah, that Cactus Canyon was a real highlight for me. That's one I've never put hands on before, and I would love to own one. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I agree. That's definitely one of those that would be, if I could afford to buy a new machine, would be near the top.
Australia list.
It would be near the top of my list. Yeah.
The other thing that was really cool to see was that you can buy this modification for super pins, probably any pin actually, because I saw it on the Addams Family and I saw it on Indiana Jones. But you can buy essentially the Cactus Canyon, like, Chicago coin massive color DMD as a mod, and you can fit it to all the older Bally Williams, and it's like a full-on massive. It makes Sega, the Sega big displays blush with how big the thing is. And it's fantastic. Like, people going, is that Addams Family a remake? It looks newer. It looks nicer. It's like, no, it's just the DMD panel's been swapped out on a 30-year-old machine that makes it look new.
Yeah.
It's like the bang for buck on this mod is amazing. I'd buy them for all my fleet if I was running DMDs.
Have you been able to put hands on the Pulp Fiction table?
Yes.
And how is it?
Oh, it's fun. It's very it has a very sort of System 11 feel, but with modern mechanics. But unfortunately, the one that's at Netherworld is just hammered, and it's set so hard. Like, I can barely find my way around on the table. Like, it's such a drain monster. Which, you know, they got to pay for the game somehow.
Are the call outs just like loads of fun too? I mean, I don't know. For me, I expect them to be almost at that fun level of Medieval Bandits with the call outs.
It's definitely lots of movie call outs in there. All the music you would expect to be in there is in there as well.
Okay.
They've really pulled out a little sauce with the licensing on this one. Like, its quotes are plenty for the movie. Unfortunately, it being in Netherworld, you can't hear anything really, except for the really loud call outs. but it's a struggle to hear anything in the Netherworld. I still don't understand why they don't have the game volume up higher. Like, it frustrates me every time. But yeah, I was able to hear some of the call outs. They're good.
Okay.
And they've even made the call outs almost a little bit compressed, so they actually sound a little bit like a 90s pinball machine. Like they've kind of, well, it sounds like it anyhow. It's like there's a little bit of compression to it, so it's not super high fidelity, because it's like they're not running through a stereo speaker or anything. It's just like it's they've done a really tasteful job with the audio. It's very clear, but it's like you could sort of tell it just has like the highs and the lows just cut off a little bit. It's, well, maybe that's just because it's in the pub too and I can't hear anything.
Yeah, you're right.
You know. Yeah. But yeah, Pulp is fun. The new King Kong as well, we got to play. That literally made it into the country a week before the event. So that was a bit hardcore. That's fun game. Really fun. It reminds me, the big Kong dude in the back, he reminds me so much of the champion pub boxer. We're actually saying they missed an opportunity there, putting him right in the middle of the playfield so you can smack him with a ball. Yeah, like that would have been so much fun. And we got to play a Godzilla 70th edition too, which is the black and white and red one. It was really nice. So yeah, lots of nice little treats to play at BPAC this year. We're really lucky. Such a great selection of games from all the collectors. I had 3 there, and I've still got 3 there at Maruka because my 3 games are now on site for coin drop.
Oh wow!
So I'm an operator now, I guess.
Good stuff. All right. Well, we're gonna shift over into our main, basically our one and only topic for the day.
The main event,
because I think this is gonna fill up all the time that we have.
It will, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I had this idea in one of the other, I don't know if it was last episode or the episode before that, of just kind of, as stuff has come out for us to play pinball at home, and Jared and I have been lucky enough to get our hands on a lot of this. I have all the things. Jared has half the things. But
yes,
that's what we've both come away from, is there is a premium pinball experience to be had with digital pinball at home. This is beyond just playing on a console, beyond playing on your PC with the monitor rotated to landscape, or to portrait mode, but you're still playing with a controller, right? This is premium, is also beyond just having a VR headset and playing with the controllers, right?
Yeah.
This is having all the feels that you can possibly have. And so we kind of wanted to break down how much is the actual cost of going the premium route, not the budget route with these things. Premium being that you're getting as much haptic as you can, getting as much form factor as you can, and obviously the 2 formats that this breaks down into is the AtGames cabinet, or going with the MetaQuest 3 headset, and in combination with the Xcade Arcade to TV XR stand there. What we're not going to talk about. Not going to talk about just a regular V-Pin cabinet. Because I want this to be something that it's readily available to purchase, and that what you purchase is the same thing that other people can purchase, right?
Yeah, it's not bespoke.
No, it's not bespoke. So we're not going into that arena and talking about stuff. All the software that we're talking is commercially available. It's not anything that you are downloading and loading in ROMs and doing stuff like that. So it's the stores that are the AtGames store and the Horizon store. It's, again, things that you can easily purchase, kind of treating it like a console, but just in this other new form factor.
Sorry.
Yeah, no. Am I missing any point on that, Jared? Is there more that?
No, you nailed it. It's so, yeah, we're not dealing with PC. I mean, we can touch on it now very briefly, but like both of these things, like both VR and AtGames, have quite a few more abilities than what we're speaking about at the moment. But as far as like we're going for on device
Yeah.
with the intent that you turn the thing on, you start the commercial software, you play the commercial software
Yeah.
as it's intended to be played on the device. So yeah, that's the brief, because we could go on 5 hours and probably get lots of hate mail about all of our opinions about running ROMs and stuff.
Yeah.
Like we have in the past. So we're not going there. We learned our lesson.
All right. So that being said, let's take a quick look at just the hardware portion of costs. So this is the AtGames cabinet. This is the headset and the Xarcade.
Yeah.
So let's see if I can bring that up. There we go. All right. So if we're looking at this now, you'll also note I'm not talking about things on sale. You can find things on sale.
This is the RRP.
Yeah,
Or
because
manufactured recommended price, MSRP.
yeah.
Whatever you want to call it.
So let's look at the just with the you want a VR set, right? Now, right now, the Quest 3 is the only thing that's available to have Zen's latest, which is Pinball Effects VR. If you had one of the other headsets, you would still be able to do Star Wars VR and, well, actually, could you do Star Wars VR? Did that?
Yeah, I
wind
think
up?
so.
Yeah, I think that wound
I
up
think
getting
that's
over
on Steam now, so you can
and
play
then and then you could also do the
Pinball
Pinball
Effects
Effects
Classics.
2 or Classics as it's known on Horizon. But all right, so headset right there, $499.
Yeah.
Good news is it is available at local retailers. So you don't have to actually pay any shipping to get that home for yourself. They only sell the one version of it now, so this is the 512 gigabyte version.
Which is, honestly, I've got a 128, and yeah, if you see those, if you're trying to cut costs here and are thinking of buying a 128, do not buy a 128
Yeah.
gig. Buy a 512. You need the extra space.
Yeah. And then the Xarcade TV2 Arcade XR setup. This is for Jared definitely a game changer. It was nice playing it in 3D, yes, but actually playing it with proper flippers and standing up and doing that made all the difference in the world, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It really does. Like the way it maps the game to the dimensions of the controller.
Yeah.
That really is the thing you're paying the money for here.
Yep.
Like that level of integration is amazing.
Readily available for $399. And now it states on their website that the MSRP is $499, but they don't even sell it for that much on their website. They sell it for $399.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right.
Shipping on it is $80.
Right.
However, they just partnered with, for those of us in North America, with Micro Center. So you could go down to the store and pick that up also and save yourself the shipping cost if you if you have a Micro Center near you.
That's really good.
Yeah,
it's good they got retail partners over there in the US for these sort of things, because why not? They're all
right?
They're essentially US companies, right? Now the next line,
yes,
before everyone starts quoting us, these
pure speculation.
We do not have any pricing. We don't even have an frustratingly, we don't have an inline line with XRK. We've been trying for ages to find someone there who can actually help us out with like content creator stuff. We can't find anyone.
Yeah.
So it's annoying us, but based on how'd you come to this price?
Okay,
Chris?
so this is my best guess, right? So the Xarcade without the stand is $299. So
the stand's $100,
and the stand is $100. So think about
that's
it as
a lot
just
of stand for $100.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
it's beefy. So $200 or excuse me, $300 essentially for the controller, right? The meat of it.
Yeah.
Xarcade sells, if you want to add spinner controls, they would actually go where you drop in the handsets currently for VR. That's the port. You pop that off, you put those in. You have to disassemble and plug in all sorts of madness. Anyways, those are $49. That's the most expensive accessory that they have for this, right? So it's $49 for that. So obviously, with what you get with the haptic kit, what they were advertising, which is you're getting the haptic speakers, you're getting a new top plate because there's speakers built in on that, and you're getting a plunger.
Yep.
So
and you're getting about 4 different actuators.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stuff that you're getting in
there's
this
a lot
kit.
of stuff. So my thought was, obviously, it's not going to be the same price as the spinners. It's going to be more expensive than that.
Well, it has to be.
But it's got to be. It cannot cost half of what the actual control deck costs, right? So it's not going to be $150. I can't foresee that. So in my guesstimation, on the high end of things, it's going to be coming in at probably $125. On the low end of things, I'd be very pleased if it came in at $80. I can't see it being any less than that. Again, the plunger alone, I feel it's going to cost more. You're going to kick up the price.
Yeah.
The little haptic speakers, that's nothing. That doesn't cost that much.
They're actually not even speakers. They're like vibration motors.
Right, but then you have the top plate. The whole top plate is brand new. That comes, and it's got speakers built into it.
And I reckon those speakers will contribute some sensation to
Those
everything.
are realistically, though, for the actual table sounds.
Yeah, they are.
Because your headset will actually go, well, I think you can choose, but will go mute, and all the sounds will be coming out of this to further make it feel like you're actually in front of a machine.
Yeah, so from what I've seen there's some folk on Pinball Effects that do have the inside line and are actually getting communication from Xarcade. And they say the way it's going to be connected is it won't be wireless. So you will actually be running a headphone jack from your Quest into the controller deck.
Oh.
So into the thing itself. Because there's no other way to do the audio. There's no way for them to make it low latency enough. It's got to be instantaneous. So it must be a direct wide connection.
Okay.
Which isn't great, but at the same time, it's unavoidable.
Sure.
So you can't really do anything about it. So that's fine. So you'll connect it up to your headset, and then it goes into a jack somewhere. Not sure where. Probably in the back. And that will then control all of the motor feedback and stuff. So I don't know whether it's going to be like a USB connector. I think they're still going to have the dongle, which they're redesigning apparently.
Right, yeah, the dongle is being redesigned so that we don't have this issue of when we go to hot swap a battery that it goes disconnects. Yeah,
it's bad. So I think they'll probably be coinciding that redesign with this haptics kit so they can support some extra stuff in there.
Yeah.
But it seems like it's going to be driven a fair bit by the audio that's received. So yeah, that's what I've come across so far.
Great.
If I know a couple of the guys after we mentioned it last time, I think they're following the show now. So folk, if you're watching now, just comment and bring us up to speed. It'd be great. We appreciate you.
The other thing that I threw in here to complete the premium experience is Jared and I are both fans of the Bobo VR headset. It's that Halo style fitting on your head. It's very comfortable. The hot swap batteries are very easy to use, and I'm including buying the extra battery that comes with the charger. The price varies. Again, you can find these things on sale. Full retail is a whole different thing. I personally just looked it up. I found the headset and the batteries for $90. When I purchased it, I think I purchased it for $80. So, again, price will fluctuate on that kind of thing. But you don't want to be constantly having to charge your headset. And with 2
No.
batteries, you don't have to charge your headset. You're just constantly, by the time the one battery goes, the other battery is almost all the way charged. You throw that back on your head. If you're planning on playing for 5 hours, well, that's going to be an issue. But if you're planning on playing for, 2+ hours, you're set. You're good.
Then the other option is if you don't want to have to mess with batteries, you plug in a 45-watt charger, plug your device into that 45-watt charger with a USB splitter, and you can play for 24 hours without having to worry about your battery. A couple of folks have done that on Pinball Effects and go, yeah, we just done away with the batteries altogether because of the Xcade syncing issue with the dongle, and they just play wired all the time because you're sitting down or you're standing up, like you're not moving around playing Beat Saber or anything. So you don't really have to worry about it. But the Bobo VR is very nice for when you're playing not pinball.
Yeah.
So particularly if you are also, which we'll get to, using software that overclocks your device, not overclocks it, it unlocks its performance. So you will definitely need it, some sort of external power supply, whether it's batteries or wired, when you're doing that. So
yeah.
So I mean, that all comes to like US dollars here, 1,200 and change and a bit. So that's a fair bit.
Aussie dollars, ouch. It's still not terrible.
Not even, but I've got it later on. You'll see the actual cost. That's an estimation. That's not even close to what it is in Aussie dollars.
Now the AtGames, that is much simpler to talk about. First off, I'm quoting the price for the Addams Family cabinet. That's the evergreen cabinet that will always be available. It's not collector's edition. It's not going to disappear on you. So you can get that at any time. Get it with the surround sound feedback kit. And the reason why
they'll install that for you before they ship it, right?
Okay, so yes, you can buy it pre-installed, $500. Or you can just buy the surround sound feedback kit for $500 and install it yourself.
Let me think what I'd like to do there.
What do I want to do? Plus, if it's pre-installed, it's covered under warranty fully. If you install it yourself, you can void that warranty.
Nope.
Yeah. So why do that to yourself? Just buy it pre-installed. Again, you can get lower cost versions of the machine. You can get it where the ability to use a PC with it is not unlocked. And that's a little bit less for the pricing. You can find some of the machines are actually on sale for less than the Addams Family table. So you can even find them a little bit cheaper. But my thing is, you need to get it with the surround sound feedback kit because that, for me, is the difference maker between me playing it native on the machine and playing pinball effects via the PC on the cab.
Yep.
The feeling is what makes you just lose yourself into the game.
You forget it's digital, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even with it out being 3D, that's the difference maker right there. So, premium experience. That's why I'm throwing that in there with the cost. So, yes, $2,100, and you are going to have to pay shipping because it's not available at retail locations at the moment. So,
and that's US and Canada only.
Yes, North America only. So $2,200.
Which is why it's not applicable for me down here.
Yeah. All right, so that's just the hardware.
Yeah.
Now, when you purchase the AtGames, it does come with 15 tables. One of those will be a Zen title, so long as you're buying a Zen cabinet. The other 14 will be Magic Pixel titles.
Right.
So, that being said, let's go ahead and move on over then to the software side of things. Right now, what we're going to concentrate on is the Zen software. Because that's pretty much what people want. So, And it's also with the MetaQuest 3. I don't believe you can play AtGames. I mean, excuse me, Zaccaria Pinball natively over the headset. I think
No,
you
you
have to.
can't.
No, you can't. There's not an actual app to purchase.
No, there isn't, and
Right.
that's a real shame.
So trying to make it again apples to apples kind of comparison in this world. So let's take a look at your software costs and what is actually available. Hold on, if I push the proper, there we go. Okay, so we've got a couple of things listed here. First thing you'll notice is the Quest Game Optimizer that I put in there. Jared convinced me that I need to buy it. It's only $10, and wow.
It turns your mobile chipset headset into almost PC VR.
Yeah.
Like, it is an impressive piece of software.
And I will also say it does wonders for the other games that you play on
any
the
game.
headset.
Like, it's not just pinball, like any game that runs natively on this headset.
Shoot, it makes the UI look better.
Yeah, the whole everything.
Everything. It's almost a no-brainer. So I threw that in there as part of the cost. Okay, if you were just going to be playing what's available in Pinball Effects VR, there are currently only 19 tables available. If you were paying full price for those tables, it's going to be $110. Again, I'm saying if you're paying full price. Zen has already put some of these on sale at various times, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct. Yeah, absolutely. There's already been sales on VR.
So there's been sales on VR. Also, those are the only titles that are available to play currently using the Xarcade controller. The other two Zen titles, Pinball Effects Classics and Star Wars VR, your controller city, baby.
Yeah, it is annoying. Everyone is asking for it on the forums. Like, they're going, when is it going to be added? We paid, in my case, $1,000 Australian for this thing, and we can't play it with all of the other software that you offer. Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And
the shame of it is, because this stuff already exists, I don't think Zen is in a hurry to bring it into Pinball Effects VR.
No, you're right.
And I'm like, come on, be in a hurry. If you don't want to program it for those games, just dump it in.
Do the support.
Yeah.
Be in a hurry or do the support. Like, they're your two levers you're going to pull here for the customers, right?
But that being said, Star Wars VR, $25, 8 tables. And Pinball Effects Classics, 12 tables for $51.
Yeah.
Now, that's right there. If you want all of the Zen titles, paying full price, $196. Now you're playing in VR, bam, with that.
I'm pretty sure someone did find a way that they got so tired of the connection issues with the Xarcade that they worked out how to actually connect the Xarcade using a USB cable and remapping it using the PC. They actually sniffed out the keyboard strokes that are required.
Yeah. And
they remapped it, and now they play wired. Okay. So I would suggest that you probably could, if you're willing to DIY it. This goes away from what we're talking about here, where you just play it stock without any mods. You could probably get it to work, but that's out of scope of what we're talking about here.
Yeah. Because I personally find the DIY thing it's a pain in the butt. I don't like it.
It's a royal pain in the ass. Like, really, it's horrible. Like, I don't have time for it.
No.
I
just want plug and play. I just want to go. All right. Let's look at the other side with AtGames. So, Zen titles, they've got 52 and counting titles available from Zen. Now, AtGames prices, you are paying an AtGames tax.
Yes.
So, all of the titles are more expensive. And unfortunately, I don't think they've ever gone on sale. Even when they do their NOD weekend or National Owners Day weekend, they will put on sale all the Zaccaria or the Magic Pixel titles, but I don't believe the Zen stuff has gone on sale. So when I
Right.
put there that it's going to be $275 for all of the tables, that's how much it's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, they are still cheaper than the Magic Pixel titles. Most of
Yeah.
the packs for Magic Pixel are
Like $8, aren't they?
$35.
Well, I saw individual tables.
They don't
I just had a
sell,
quick
no, they
browse.
don't sell, okay, the individual tables are $8.
Yeah, $8.
Individual tables for Zen are $5.
Mm.
Those packs, now a lot of times the pack will include, call it 11 tables. But what you're getting is really 3 titles, and it's the retro, remake, and deluxe version of the Zack table. You know, likability varies per person on those. I have not been a fan of hardly any of the deluxe tables. My biggest complaint is that Magic Pixel's been very lazy with their video screen. Every single one of them has the exact same font. They all have the exact same coloring. The font is ridiculously bubble shaped,
Yeah, it
and
is.
even if you're playing something like what did they come out with? Primal Rage,
Yeah.
which is the font of the video game is very aggressive and right. But boy, the font for your score is just happy and wee. It just doesn't fit. It's just wrong. Also, they've been repeating the same rule sets and the same call out script table to table to table to table to table.
Yeah,
It
they are
becomes
very
very
generic.
samey. It's very generic. So that's why I say, hey, if you're a fan of the Zack tables, you're essentially getting 3 tables for $35. So it's rather expensive. But they've got a lot of them. Look at that. There's 126
Yeah. Like you really,
tables there.
if you put the price aside and what you're getting and you're just looking at content alone,
Mm-hmm.
you cannot argue with the AtGames value proposition here. Like,
Yeah.
there is a lot of content that you can buy, and if you have a cool 1.2 K lying around, you can just get it all,
Right?
easy.
I will just say, if you do buy the Farsight Gottlieb packs, you're going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
they're not good. They're exactly what you used to play, and by that, they haven't been optimized for this cab. The surround sound feedback is not great. The nudging
No,
doesn't work well. It's
nothing is great.
they're the wide body tables like Black Hole. They're compressed to fit, so there's a lot to despise and not be happy about.
But really, like, there's okay, so we should balance it out by saying, well, there's a lot of content. Buyer beware.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
consider your purchases before buying anything other than the Zen pinball titles.
yeah.
And we don't say that because we're like, shills or whatever. It's because literally they're the best quality tables on there.
Now, those AtGame originals, that's where those are the titles that are made exclusively for AtGames, right? So those are your title pack. Those are the Dr. Seuss packs.
Yeah. And they're all made by Magic Pixel
They are
anyway.
made by Magic Pixel. The title packs are really good.
Oh yeah.
I think those are
Purchase.
those are clear. They're the surprising ones. They're the ones that you're like, oh dang, this is pretty awesome.
Right.
The Dr. Seuss packs, honestly, I really kind of hate them.
Right.
They look nice. The callouts are nice. The layout design is atrocious.
Right.
So just putting that out there. But yeah, if the cost of the software though, wow, $1,200. If you wanted everything, that's a That's a significant difference. Look at that. It's $1,000 more than what you would currently buy on Meta.
Yeah, it is. But
Significantly more
even if
titles.
you were to go, like, say we had game parity or game parity with
Yeah.
Pinball Effects VR and the titles that are currently on AtGames, and you were paying even around the same amount of money, like that 275 mark, for example,
Yeah.
US dollars, you know, that's still not an insignificant amount of money to invest in having to like pay the software tax here, which is the ongoing problem when you're deciding which platform to go with. It's like this, it's a real hidden cost that you have to really consider when you're going, what do I want to play this on?
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, it's worth being eyes open about it, which is why we've gone to the trouble of doing it, because it's not to say that it's bad or wrong. It just is.
Right.
And
It's that idea of we don't want you going in and then being like, but what do you mean I have to buy this all again?
yeah,
That whole argument.
it would be fair to assume that if you're paying $2,200, that you would actually get a little bit more than what you're currently getting at the moment when you invest in an AtGames cabinet, because that is a large amount of money. And I get that they're dealing with wood and screens and, buttons and hardware, and hardware is expensive, right?
It is.
I don't discount that for a minute. Like, I understand, but like 15 games included with a 2.2K purchase feels like a bit of a dodgy thing to me, at least from an outsider who has no skin in the game, because I can't buy this anyhow.
Right.
Like, I have no choice. I cannot buy this, but it's a bit of a stiff cost.
Yeah, I will say that when it first came out and there weren't that many titles available at all, that even getting like the first 4 Zen titles that were made available on the cab, I was happy.
Oh, really? Like, you could just go with Zen titles, maybe. Like, just get rid of the other, nearly grand.
No,
and just go with that 275.
Because what was I doing? I was playing the crap out of Attack from Mars, playing the crap out of Twilight Zone, playing the crap out of Addams Family. It really, it was fine.
Everything else became irrelevant, right? Like, you didn't care.
So literally, my favorites page, because fortunately you can categorize these things and you can make favorites and all that jazz. I've only put the Zen titles now in the favorites page. There's one or two of the title tables that I like that I've put in there, but I'm being selective with it. And even then, you're starting to get to that point of, what am I gonna play? And you're just scrolling through, what am I gonna play? And it's like, just make a choice and play something.
Even with the favorites marked on your page, you go, I don't know what I'm gonna play today.
Yeah.
Like, so imagine having, I don't know, like nearly 300 tables to have to do that with.
Yeah. It's gonna be rough, So, but that's why I wanted to highlight those costs, those individual costs, because again, if you just went with the Zen titles, $275, and truthfully, I would be happy just with those.
So I mean, if you put that side by side, that value proposition isn't at all bad.
Nope, not at all bad. All right. So now that we've got that, let's combine everything. Let's add it all up for you. And here we go. Oh, actually, let me.
What do you want here? You want?
Let's before we get into the add up. Let's talk about these talking points that Jared so kindly organized. All right, Pinball Software. If you were just purely saying who's going to win on the software side, VR or AtGames, well, AtGames has a lot more titles to select from.
Yeah. Well, we just discovered that maybe that's not a perfectly good thing. And maybe you don't need all the titles to actually still have a great time on the platform.
But even if you were just going with the Zen has double the titles available on AtGames as opposed to VR. I think that gap is going to quickly go away.
I think it will. Yeah.
Uh, but yeah. All right. Hardware, cost of entry. Well, yeah, VR wins on pricing.
Definitely wins on pricing.
VR wins
And
if you live
availability.
outside of North America.
Definitely wins. Yep.
Yep.
Winner. Undisputed champion.
And obviously, there's no alternatives. There's not. Arcade One Up is not a factor, to compete with Alp. There is no other headset that Pinball FX VR is playing on other than MetaQuest 3 at the moment. Well,
at the moment, yeah.
I shouldn't say MetaQuest 3. The Meta space, because you can play these on the 2, and you can play it on the 3S.
Yeah. Even the Pro, if you have one.
Right. But if you are one of those people who's like, I can't support Meta, I can't support AtGames, well,
then you're out of luck.
Then
Chuck.
you're out of luck there. So, are you going to come to grips with that or not? We'll see if Zen decides to finally bring it to PlayStation VR. I think it would be wonderful if they did, because guess what? The Arcade 2 XR works with PlayStation 5.
It works with literally anything.
Anything,
The
yeah.
adapters for it. Even like Mega Drive, all the way back to Sega Genesis.
And I would love nothing more than Zen to make friends with Valve again and use their headset, because then maybe we would get Portal in VR. And I think Portal in VR, oh lordy, would that be good.
Aside, this is not related to anything we're doing, and I'm only going to mention it quickly.
Yeah.
Multimorphic now have a Portal module.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm blown away by it. Like, it's like, it looks so good.
Yeah.
And it's so logical. Zen knows. They probably want it back in their collection like anything, because it's such a fun.
Oh, yeah.
That table is fun. And in VR,
yeah.
Jeez. It would be so good.
Hardware availability. Again, kind of already touched upon that, which is you got to be in North America. But on the plus side, also, again, the Xarcade is available at a retail location. So you can get your whole VR setup in a retail location, not have to worry about shipping.
And that's really nice.
It is. That's really nice. All right, playing experience. Here's where Jared can't quite comment as much.
I'm running blind here. So,
yeah.
Chris, you're the only one that can be impartial here. I can only tell you about what VR is like.
I've been very vocal this entire time that as wonderful as VR looks, I don't like the isolated experience. Being able to play it in mixed reality helps immensely, but you're still dealing with a headset on your head, and during the summer, it gets hot. And if you want your friends to be able to... I've had people come over and they'll be like, what are you playing? And then I'm like, well, I guess I could, cast to the phone and you could see, but then you're not experiencing it in VR. But then if I want you to experience it in VR, I've got to pop out my Zenny lenses that I bought. Oh, by the way, I did that. Yeah. I purchased the prescription lenses, and okay, yeah, that wasn't worth it. Thanks, you know. But yeah, I got to pop out those so that you can actually see without my prescription interfering. And then you got to wipe it down so you're not getting all the head sweat. And then you got to give a quick tutorial on how to even navigate, through anything. It's
not at all shareable experience. It really is solo play only, and that's the thing. Like, there's no way to play hot seat at all. They don't even give it as an option in Pinball FX.
Yeah.
So, and that's why I say that it needs multiplayer desperately for it to be comparable with being able to play with a group of people like you would in a bar. It's desperately needed multiplayer. So that's the big gap at the moment. If you favor having people over to experience pinball, then you have to do AtGames or a cabinet style solution.
By the way, Jared, I like that bit of slang there, faffing.
No faffing about with.
I've never heard that, but I immediately understood it. I love it.
Yep.
Okay.
It's very understandable once you know.
Next category: losing yourself in pinball. Well, Jared, we have a double check mark there. So I'll let Jared speak to the VR end of things because I agree with him.
Yeah. Well, you know, as far as like comparing it with flat and then going into VR, seeing like either when you choose MR mixed reality or just immersive with the room environment and everything, when you see that table in front of you and you are interacting with it in like full scale dimensions, I challenge you to actually voluntarily want to go back to flat again, because it is, there's nothing quite like playing pinball in VR. It's like it's the way to play pinball. If you're not,
And there are just certain tables that shine so much
oh,
brighter in VR than they do in flat. And I mean,
they actually make sense.
we just talked about it in the last episode with the Tomb Raider tables. They absolutely shine in VR. Um,
And Curse of the Mummy is another one that makes so much more sense in VR.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, and those there's easily a dozen tables that are much better in VR than they are in the flat world. So
yeah, really, pretty much all the Zen tables, that there's something about them. They really translate well to VR.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
that being
it's good.
said, walking up to the cabinet and you start playing, it's amazing how quickly your brain just goes, "Yep, I'm playing pinball," and the 3D aspect doesn't matter. You just, I'm playing pinball.
Yeah.
You know, and it has everything to do with the form factor, standing in front of it, seeing the back glass, seeing the DMD. Your head is doing all the things that it would do in pinball. It's just moving side to side doesn't affect it. You know, hovering over the top of it doesn't affect it.
Yeah.
So that's where it kind of, you know, the illusion goes away. But
for people who have problems with VR, or people who just aren't interested in VR whatsoever,
yeah,
even if you don't go with an AtGames solution here and you source your own and you go down the path of PC and stuff,
yeah,
like playing it on a cabinet versus playing it flat is a eye-opening experience that once you've experienced it, you won't want to go back. Because I've played on somebody's cabinet here in Australia and I was like, okay, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I don't want to be bothered with setting it up.
Yeah.
I don't have $6,000 for a really good setup to get one.
So let's roll it into the feels better category, because these losing yourself and how it feels are kind of synonymous, truth be told.
Yeah, this is really subjective.
It
right?
is.
Because it will feel different to everyone, but this is how it feels to me, right? For me, it's really needs the haptics to be done on VR to make it a comparable experience. I get glimpses of haptics sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes you
really
can feel the controller rattle through.
Yes.
Yeah.
And some tables it works and some it doesn't. It seems to work mostly on Zen tables, but not Bally Williams tables. And when I feel it, I go, "Oh, was that a buzz?"
Yeah.
And you sort of go, "Oh," it's a tantalizing glimpse into the future when the haptics kit is going to be released, and I can't wait.
No.
But if we're talking buy right now, not with the haptics kit, obviously, because it's not released until the end of the year, it's still really
a phenomenal experience.
It's still amazing to play it with the Xcade, or you know, if you found your own solution and you've mapped your buttons and everything to your own thing now, which people are finding out how to do now. It's good. Like whatever thing you're using to actually have physical hands on a controller, in VR, wow, I tell you what, it's something else. The nice thing about Xcade is it's very easy to adjust the height for your particular play height. The other day, I decided to drop the thing right down to seated console height, and played it sitting down in a chair. And the experience where you're looking down the table, it's when you map it in Xcade, I have not been able to find a way to adjust the height. No matter what I do, it doesn't work. So your perspective shifts. So you're really looking at it really flat.
Oh.
And it's interesting. I was able to line up shots differently when I was playing at that angle. And it's comfortable to play seated. You can do it as well if you have a high bar stool and you adjust the height of the thing, and then you sit at the bar stool and play as well. Honestly, it really cuts down the fatigue, and it works just as well because you're not having to actually tilt the game. You don't need to be anchored on the ground so you can tilt it.
Yeah.
You can actually tilt. You can move the whole cabinet around if you really put your mind to it while you're sitting on a chair. It's no problem. So I think when the haptics kit is released and you prefer to play seated, you may want to consider doing that.
Yeah.
Going to a bar stool, but it's great standing, and it's also great seated as well. So that's a really flexible bit about it.
And then again, I agree wholeheartedly with what Jared's saying. That being said, the form factor of having a wood cabinet in front of you, it's square. It's the proper thing. There's glass on top. You can, you touch. There's all these things, these sensations that are one-to-one with an actual pinball cab, as opposed to the Xcade where it's a piece of plastic that has a pseudo carbon fiber feel to it.
It has a weird angle, let's be frank.
Yeah,
like
where your hands,
attacking,
where your palms rest, your right hand, it wants to be on top of buttons. So you actually have to kind of adjust how you normally would have played at a pinball, at an actual cabinet. You get used to it, but that's just what I'm saying is it's not the walk up and do exactly what I would do on any other pinball machine. The haptics and the space of where the speakers are really sell that ball rolling. And again, that's something that's not there yet. It's coming, but it's not there yet with the Xcade. And I don't know how they're going to transmit that idea of where the ball is on the table when you have, only a 1.5 foot wide top. So I don't know.
It's gonna be interesting. Yeah.
But also nudging, if you lock down the Xcade like I've done, nudging that thing is going to be, because it's really rigid. Whereas again, the AtGames cab, it's a pinball machine. It's going to nudge the exact same way that any pinball machine nudges.
You know what I'd love Xcade to consider doing? It's given that if you're playing VR and it's a solo experience, and sure, that thing is great for playing PC games, why not sell a control panel with just one stick centered, so you can sit center on in it and have the controller right in the middle, have nice space either side of the panel, so that you can actually just have that more pinball aesthetic, a little bit similar to like what AtGames have done with their controller panel edition, where it's designed for one player only, standing in front of the machine with ample room either side. And I don't know, maybe they can redesign where the flippers sit to make it a little bit more realistic.
I have a feeling that depending on how well the haptic kit does, that you may see exactly that transpire.
Yeah.
Or people are like, I don't care about the ability to play regular arcade games. I purely want a pinball experience. There's a good chance that they adjust for that.
Look, I would actually be happy. It's only me playing video games. I don't need two controllers. In fact, I don't really want two controllers. I would be quite happy to just have one. Just sell me the panel. I'm happy to swap out all the equipment on it. Just unscrews. It's easy.
Yeah.
Sell me the panel to fit that's molded with the thing in the middle, so that I can have a single player thing. Otherwise, I don't know, maybe 3D print one. Someone's pretty smart out there. They could probably do it. But to me, that would be the ultimate for this thing.
Okay.
Like just a single control in the middle with all the buttons laid out in mind. Maybe you could even put some extra ones over the edge or something to give you that extra flexibility to go, well, if I want to map like extra flipper buttons, perhaps I can use my thumbs at the top to activate their MagnaSave buttons or something like that, you know.
Yeah.
So thinking about that sort of like additional use, if you want to use it with PC or something like that, give us a pinball layout on the top. And I honestly think that's a really missed opportunity here that they should consider doing.
But I think what we're saying here is there's really no wrong choice between the two.
No, they're both good for what they do.
Yeah.
And you will get a higher level of immersion no matter what solution you get, whatever your budget is.
Yeah.
Like, it's great playing on either of these solutions. With my knowledge of what a digital pinball cabinet feels like, not Xcade, not AtGames, sorry, it is a great experience.
Yeah.
So whatever your personal preference is, you're gonna have a good time.
So let's see what those actual prices with software, all the bells and whistles.
Yeah.
Here we go.
All right. Sorry, the column format's a little bit wonky here because I had to have enough room, but I can probably improve that now that we've finished that other section.
Yeah.
So I'll scroll down a bit more. Bear with me here. There we are. That's a bit better.
There we go. So hardware with Zen software. If you're going the VR route, $1,254. If you're going, and these, this is North America, U.S. prices. And then if you wanted to go with the AtGames cab, you're looking at, let's just call it $2,500.
Really? Yeah, that's what you're looking at, and that's just Zen.
Just Zen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Do we have another price down there, or is there?
We have more prices.
Oh yeah, the give me everything. Yes.
Yeah. Give me everything.
Yeah. So the price doesn't go up incredibly much with the VR. You're now at $1,409. But it goes up significantly for AtGames. It's literally all the software combined is not over $900.
Yeah.
Which is
so you get them.
Yo.
It's a lot of money.
That's nothing to sneeze at.
If you're going all the way in, whoo, yeah. I hope your bank manager's prepared. But we've already discussed it may not even be necessary.
No.
Like that. Honestly, that 2475, if you went with that expenditure and just went with the Zen software, you're going to be pretty happy with that. That's a lot of content. 52 games is a lot.
Yeah.
And speaking from Chris's experience, you don't really need the others really to have a good time on it. Now, because I'm in Australia, I was talking before, the estimation we were working on is like, the Australian dollar is about 65 cents to the US at the moment, right? So I was going, let's call it conservatively 40% more, right? But that's not really the case. So these are the actual costs. So the Quest 3 here is $800. So it's double the price of the US list price. We are lucky enough, and I say this, thank you XRK for having a partner here in Australia that will do this. You will have to pay $990 for the XRcade and stand.
Wow.
Nothing. That's just for the Xcade and the stand.
Yeah.
And that's the price. There is a small delivery charge on that, but we're talking like I think $30. So it's like I didn't even bother talking about it. So call it about $1,000, and you got yourself the Xcade. The headset.
That's ridiculous.
Alone,
it's alone is $50 here.
Yeah. So it's $150 here in Australia. And the two batteries, it's about $66 each, so $132. Okay. So $2,000 is how much you're going to have to pay hardware-wise in Australia to get on VR.
Yeah.
That's the cost.
Yeah.
So compare that with the 1.2 or something like that in US dollars. This is the Australia tax that we're dealing with all the time here in Australia, and it's brutal. It is absolutely brutal. But in saying that, and I'll caveat this again because we're really transparent here. Xrcade hooked both of us up with our controllers, and we are so eternally grateful for that. Because I would have had to really think hard about this money here.
And now you can't think of playing it without it.
Yeah, and I know it sounds almost contrite of me to say it, right? Because I got mine for free, right? Of course, it's going to be better, but I this is not like a shill or any of that. It's like, really, if you get this, if you decide that instead of trying to find a $5,000 real pinball machine, if you can even find one for that in Australia, and then have access to $50,000 worth of Bally Williams equipment in your house, in your garage, and play through MR with the Xcade controller, with the Quest 3 512 gigabyte thing, $2,000 is cheap. Like, it is a cheap amount of money compared to how much it will cost to get even a clapped out Bally DMD. So, like, for your delectation, folks, if you're in Australia and you're going, I don't know, man, that seems like a lot of money, it's worth the expenditure if you are keen on playing pinball. And literally a whole lot of other really amazing stuff on VR as well. It's not just pinball. Like, this is the gateway drug to VR. If you've not tried it before. Once you've tried VR, you'll actually go, wow, there's so much cool stuff on here.
So do we have any other category beyond that, Jared?
I don't know. Let's have a look. No, look at all these tables.
Lots of blank pages. So
tell me what I should buy.
Tell me what to buy. No.
Yeah, let me. Yeah, well.
Honestly, it is. There's so many factors that it's up to you to decide. If you are literally deciding, I'm going to go with one of these two, you're not going to go wrong. But feel good in that. If you are somebody,
each have their different purpose.
Right? Yeah, if you are somebody that suffers from the headaches of VR, can't do 3D, doesn't want the isolated experience, then don't go the VR route. Don't feel bad. You're not missing. Don't have that fear of missing out. Right?
No,
you'll be fine.
No FOMO here.
Yeah, you'll enjoy the arcade, the actual cab, that AtGames cab. Scrolling through the titles on the Alp is so much quicker than walking yourself through an arcade in Pinball Effects VR.
I don't do that anymore. I just use the
map,
the favorite table position, and just swap it out.
Oh, okay.
It's so quick.
All right.
Yeah.
So I guess that's not an issue. I haven't gotten to that point yet. I'm still like, let's walk through the arcade.
It is definitely, you're right, though. People are already saying that on Pinball Effects now. They're going on the Discord, they're going, how are you going to solve this problem when there's 100 games in there?
Yeah.
Like, and it's I think it's all going to be about the ability to warp to tables in that map feature.
Or to do what we said way back in our very first video about this. Let me do it in MR, and let me just cycle through right there.
Yeah, just like bring up the category list, pick the table, and put it
Bam,
in. And honestly, that same mechanism, it's exactly how that favorite table position works.
Oh, okay.
So if you haven't tried that out yet, give it a go. It's really great.
And is that the table that's right there at the front in the the? Okay, great.
Yeah, it's really not. It's a very fast way of like just selecting games and playing. Like, it's a really neat way of doing it, actually. Yeah, but you're right. Like, having a UI, like because I've seen the AtGames one, having a UI, being able to favorite and customize it, and then having the buttons there to interact with it, like just you're just using flipper buttons or the joystick if you've got that little up, down, left, right thing.
Yeah,
that's really nice as well. So,
speak to the graphic fidelity there, Jared.
So, if you're going to go down the path of pinball effects in VR, you really do have to put on Quest Games Optimizer, at least now, at the point of recording this video. And the reason why I say that is that on the Pinball Effects Discord, Hard Rock, who's one of the QA testers, I think, has been like really transparent and really generous in what they've been sharing about the challenges that they've been finding with Pinball Effects VR, and that every time they release a new version and add more content with it, the performance degrades. And they are trying to keep the game running at 90 frames per second which is the 90 hertz.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in VR land, and that's their target. So similar to how in FX Flat they're looking at doing multiples of 60, so
Yeah.
60, 120, and that's their target. In VR, it's 90. So what they're doing is to reach that die on this hill thing, they have to sacrifice graphics fidelity. They have to tweak around with what they call fixed foveated view, which is the focal point that they're actually rendering the game at high resolution. Then around that area, it goes fuzzy. So they're messing with that, and they're messing with a whole lot of other stuff that we kind of have a bit of exposure to in Quest Games Optimizer, but there's probably a bunch more stuff that they have when they're actually doing the build themselves we're not even aware of that they have access to tweak. And that's at the engine level, so the Unreal Engine 5 level. So they are playing a constant game of cat and mouse, and for that reason they have to be really careful with how they lock in the graphics settings. Now, with Quest Game Optimizer, you can set everything to ultra, and it looks amazing, and it drains your battery. That's the other compromise I have to make as well. Like, they have to go, well, people are going to complain if the battery drains in 30 minutes. So we have to balance that with the, so many different levers they're having to pull, right? So you need QGO to make this game not look all jaggy, not look like really fuzzy in some areas. It needs it at the moment, and it's table stakes. You got to have it.
Yeah.
But if you do, it's amazing. Like, it is worth the small amount of hassle you have to go through to install QGO and get it configured. But once it's in, it's a very nice piece of software that literally works with every other game on Quest. So it's worth the hassle.
I will say, if you are somebody that is interested in, and this is the one time I'm going to go into this, if you already own everything on PC, on Steam, and let's say you already have a PC available to you, so it's of no cost extra, it's really easy to hook up to the AtGames cabinet. Doesn't take much. The only thing you need to be positive of is that your PC is beefy enough to run 3 screens.
Right, so you've got to have 3 video outputs.
Yes. My current PC is basically throttled by my motherboard, so I could only go to a 4060 graphic card. If I run it in 4K on the monitor, can it? Sure. Is it worth it? No. Because it does take it. Mine gives a small performance hit, but it's enough that it's a stutter here, a stutter there, and I don't like that. If I drop it into 2K, I barely can tell the difference. It's the same thing with
2K is fine.
It is
for playing it on this technology, right?
Yep.
It's a 4K screen.
Yeah.
But none of the default software on AtGames is running at 4K. No.
So they have made some of the Magic Pixel stuff run in 4K now.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Of Zen. All of Zen is 2K. Does not run in 4K. Right. So, again, why not just keep it in 2K for playing Pinball effects? And the PC version, it does look better. There's no doubt about it. There is,
without doubt,
things that are better. So that is an available option to you. If you are somebody that is interested in going the VPX.
I'm using the AtGames as literally 3 monitors and an interface. Then that option's there,
right?
And likewise with if you're not interested in focusing on pinball effects VR, like the shipped version in Meta, there's if you want to mess around with it, there is Unreal Engine VR on PC.
Yeah.
That you can just literally load your entire Pinball Effects flat library into VR.
Yeah.
And play it through any headset.
Yeah.
So,
and there's other pinball games via Steam that you can play on this. I've already said Demon's Tilt and Xeno Tilt are phenomenal in cab, and I really wish they would support true cab mode for those.
I wish they just got native ports
Yeah.
over to AtGames. They would sell so many, honestly.
You know, you can play Pinball Wicked. I'm pretty sure that you could play. I don't own them, but you could play the Epic Pinball. Is that the what was the one that with Time Shock?
Oh, Pro Pinball.
Pro Pinball. You can play Pro Pinball on that. So, I mean, you don't even have to be prepared to go the VPX route. There's still commercial software that works fine on the cab. So, if that is like, if you're really weighing the choice between the two and cost isn't a factor, but that is something that interests you, that's going to tip the scales to go that route. Just know you may not be on your cab for very long before you start shopping for a true virtual cabinet.
Yeah.
So
like, and this is the thing, like the really, I think, closing thoughts here.
Yeah.
Like, from my perspective, if I was in the market and I could buy an AtGame cabinet and I wasn't sure whether like doing digital pinball like this was the right approach for me, this is probably the most capable cabinet at the price point that you can go into and really get a good feel about what digital pinball with a proper cabinet really feels like. So if this is your starting point, your entry into this area, I would honestly say it is a very good entry point. To get a taste of what it might be like if you want to go down and invest $5 or $6 grand US in a beautiful cabinet, right? So yeah, I mean, there is that as well.
And you don't have to, like, you may be like, oh, I'll just go the AtGames HD route. Yeah, but then you got to mod the crap out of it to bring it up to par. You know.
Yeah, no. Like, this has got all the hardware in it you need.
Yeah, it's
like,
already good to go.
The 4K screens in it.
Yeah.
So if you got a like a beast of a PC and you want to run down that path and just use that as your box, then wow, you've already got the hardware there.
Yeah,
it's ready to go.
Yeah. So that's good summation. You can't go wrong with either. It's all about how much you are wanting to spend in this arena.
And space. One thing we didn't cover.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah, I forgot about that completely.
Space.
Yeah, if you're limited on space, by all means go the VR route. It's compact and gives you a wonderful thing. If you're not limited on space, just know the AtGames cabinet, even at 3/4 scale, it still sticks out like a sore thumb.
It's a big bit of furniture.
It's a big bit of furniture, and it's an odd bit of furniture. It just, there's no easy, unless you have a game room. I have space in my living room where I put it, and it still is just kind of like oh, well, there's that.
There's a pinball machine in my lounge room.
That's where it is. Yep. So, and then it also depends on what graphics you chose to have on the side. Fortunately, the Addams family is fairly sedate. Attack from Mars is a little bit brighter. That Peanuts cabinet in bright yellow, good Lord.
That is quite conspicuous in your lounge room.
Yeah. So
anyhow, size is a factor.
Size is a factor.
I mean, this footprint here, that's literally all you need.
Yeah.
So that's pretty. You can fit that in a Japanese apartment and play pinball in there very easily.
Okay. Wrapping up.
Yeah.
That we're wrapped up. Oh. So hopefully that helps clarify some things. Again, it's not necessarily a buyer's guide. It's just kind of a pricing guide, because for myself, after you start adding up everything, you realize that, there's more in this than what is just purely on the surface. And again, you can bargain shop, and there's ways of getting the prices down even for what we've displayed. But hopefully this is something that intrigued you all. If it is, let us know, because as more options come available later, which I suspect there will be, we can dive into that too. And as with all things, if there's content that you want us to cover, let us know. give us the good ideas so that we can do episodes of this nature.
Come over and have a chat to us on Discord. We've got our own channel, yeah, share some show ideas that you got. We're still working on the date for interview with Mel. That's sort of stalled with all the holidays happening over there at the moment, but I'll be picking up that discussion again to hopefully lock in a date. So yeah, stay tuned for that.
Excellent. Well, until then, that is our show. Thanks again for watching. We really appreciate it. Thanks to those of you that subscribed. We're still picking up new subscribers, which is great, even when we don't do the call out for them. So thank you for that. And awesome. Next time, what are we going to talk about? It's a good question, but Jared has ideas.
I'll be stuffing things for sure.
Until then, folks, bye-bye.
See you later.